Yeah,
The
we're gonna
heck?
see a lot of cool matchups. Angel rocking the Robin, of course. So we definitely got the Fire Emblem representation tonight in this top 8. So I'm super excited to get into it, and we're gonna do exactly that. We got MkLeo versus Myran, of course. The Byleth versus the Olimar, of course. Like we said, we haven't seen too much from Myran. Obviously, there's his best placing being the very first Ultimate Frostbite, getting third, I believe. Very good placing. Olimar has been nerfed since very very long ago, but we still see success coming out from Olimar, even though I would say Olimar and Pichu were the two characters that got nerfed the hardest in Ultimate
Yes,
history.
absolutely.
So, but it's really cool to see at least Olimar still having somewhat success. Pichu not getting as much love, but
Dude, I can't remember the last time I saw a Pichu. So you know what I'm saying? Like Olimar definitely like winning out of that. Like it's kind of like who's the tallest of the hobbits kind of situation. But you know what? If it's Olimar, it is what it is. And I'm glad that you brought up his placement back there at Frostbite because look, you got to look at it like this, okay? Yes, that was a long time ago, but what does that do, Charles? It instills confidence that I do have the ability to take it
right.
this far and make some big plays, make some big things happen. He's in the lead ever so slightly right now against MkLeo, who's electing to pilot that Byleth, who's tends to have a lot of success. I actually saw him just destroy a Pikachu earlier, like a 3-stock. It was pretty nasty, you know what I'm saying? But at the moment, keeping it pretty even is Myran.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because when Byleth first came out, I mean, there was so many naysayers. Of course, we did have the on the exit, Frostbite, Leo bringing out the Byleth versus Meister, but
Yes.
it's very hard to use that as a justification on how good the character is.
Sure.
Everyone just didn't really know how strong this character is, and I think as of now, Leo is very confident in this character. He feels like the character is very strong, and newsflash, Leo also thinks that Joker's very strong, and guess what? He was right. So we'll see what the character can really like develop with Leo piloting him, but Myran striking back, catching that roll with the up smash.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a fair assessment that Leo pretty much knows what he's talking about, right? And it's kind of weird when you think about, like, I don't know if the evolution of his Byleth would have been this extensive, like, without us going into that, having to go into, like, just Wi-Fi only tournaments, right? Because obviously offline, like, he clearly prefers Joker, but Byleth has been one of his main go-tos in the online realm, which I think is just phenomenal because it's just kind of pushing that character's meta game even further, which is pretty awesome to see. And despite all of that, though, despite the lack, I'm telling you, I can't even remember the last time I seen Myran play. I'm liking what I'm seeing from. He's going toe to toe even right now with the best player on the planet, Charles. You can't take away this man. He's got some grit right now. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling some grit, straight up.
Right, and the thing is, a lot of Olimar players or people, that generally play Olimar, just kind of
I
known
thought
as
he was about to
more
say
of like
something mean. I was like, hold on now.
just kind of known as campier players, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But Myran definitely one of the more aggressive Olimars. I'd probably say of all the top Olimars, he is the most aggressive.
Sure.
Obviously there's Shuton and Dabuz to compare to,
Ooh.
but yeah, he definitely, especially when it comes to vertical pressure, he loves to like up air, up smash pressure, stuff like that. Ooh, we try to see some cheeky stuff with the platform. Sometimes you can actually set up like Pikmin underneath you while you're on a platform, or set them up on a platform and try to do like a grab or a smash tag. It's a very interesting tech. But Myran trying to do that, not coming through though. And Leo doing what he does best, just holding on to that stock. If you can do that in Smash, it'll take you really, really far.
A big agree. I think it's really interesting because like you mentioned how Myran just kind of just tries to go for the setups and essentially knows everything, right? Like the strengths of all his characters. But Leo, I think why Leo has so much success is I feel like my man, he knows exactly what you're looking for. Like to me, Leo is one of the harder people to really kind of catch off guard with anything like any kind of like foolishness. Right there, just direct this. I'm gonna smack you right in your face and take that stock. You know what I'm saying? So Myran striking back, but is that percentage? Has he let it accumulate too much? I think so. Easy resets for Leo to clean that final stock up.
Dang, and I knew that up smash scooped, but I did not know it's going to scoop an Olimar on the ground off the jab block there. Very, very good stuff from MkLeo, and just really punishing that, that mistech there. Hits him with the jab block and still had enough time to get that guaranteed up smash. And that up smash and up air from Byleth, very, very strong moves. In terms of like just Byleth, what like is holding her back or could be holding her back. Obviously, everyone's opinion on this character is kind of ups and downs, right? And this is a common trend with all the DLC characters. They give them ridiculous moves, but they make sure not to give them ridiculous base stats. Base stats obviously very important in terms of consistency. And So it's like that's where I kind of like doubt Byleth. But like when you look at just Byleth's moves in general, like the range on fair and bear, the sweet spots on them, look at up air, look at up smash. These moves are so powerful. They're so huge. It's very hard to avoid. Very reminiscent of something like a Palutena up air, right? So it's just very hard to avoid these moves. And Leo, obviously, just his expertise. I mean, if you just came into Ultimate, especially in the later part, you might know Leo for all the fancy Joker combos and all that stuff. But you know, back in my day, Leo used to mess people up with that Marth sword back in Smash 4. So definitely has that expertise when it comes to you know, spacing out with these disjoints.
Yeah, even like earlier in like Ultimate itself, like I just remember Leo like piloting a lot of Ike and stuff like that and just finding success. Even like a brief period where he was playing Marth and still getting, you know, the job done. Like there's a guy, like if a character has like strengths, like he's gonna maximize it, right? That's where Leo excels so well down in that insane neutral game. So I mean, Myran kind of knows what he's up against. Like when you have a character specialist like Myran, you know, I'm never one to be able to count anybody out. I mean, maybe a couple more of those, I might have to change my mind, but but it's you know, it's just apparent. Like you just, you know, when you're that ingrained in playing a character, like you know all your matches, like you have it down packed, especially when you're playing the character through multiple titles. You've been playing since the game came out, but you know, at the same time, you still got to kind of give respect to who you're playing against. But no respect needed right there, man. Just easily taking out that stock. But the quick retaliation, I can't even finish these sentences before these stocks just keep falling off, man. That's the kind of even battle I expect in winter semifinals. Nobody getting blown up, man. Just keeping it close.
And like I said before, Myran is a very aggressive Olimar, as you see him going completely off stage to try and get something going. And usually you would think this match where it's like, okay, you know, like a sortie, you know, going up against Olimar's zoning character, and both these players just really turning up the pace, and these stocks are really just flying. And Myran has not taken a single % yet. What is going on?
What's going on? He's whooping his ass. That's what's going on right now. Okay, Myran, y'all want to make all them memes, all them jokes about Florida man? He said, don't worry about that. I'm the man. Okay, I'm here to take out MkLeo, and he is doing a sensational job in this game number 2. I always say, look, it's not so much, it doesn't matter if you really lose that first game. A lot of times, don't go down 0-2. That's where you start to really let things kind of slip away from you. You got to, at any cost, man, you got to even this thing up so it's like one apiece. I think Myran understands that. He's doing a good job pressuring Leo, really holding that right side, keeping him at bay, and collecting that stock.
Okay, but here's, try to get the hard read there into the forward smash, but the white Pikmin does find the mark, and look at all this damage. Did like over 20%, hit the forward smash as well, and look at that, Leo is already at 49%. All this chip damage from the side B, and on top of that, when you're coming in, if you also get hit by another move, that dot damage is still going on.
Kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Like, you know, this is, it's rare to me, right? It's kind of rare that I'll see a situation where like the game number 2 is going this much in somebody else's favor when they're going up against Leo, right? Like, you know, and that's not, you know, to you know, put Leo on some insane pedestal, but the kid's kind of godlike, right? Like you don't see this too often is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely enjoying what I'm seeing from Myran. I think he's one of those players who's able to kind of stay calm, cool, and collected under pressure. And it's clear that his opponent, like, it doesn't matter who he's fighting. Like this is the guy that I remember showing up and getting 3rd place a couple years ago.
Right, and usually when you see Leo in this position, you're always just like, well, you know, he's got Arsene, ha ha ha. But I haven't played the new I'm pretty sure Byleth don't got no friends like Arsene. So we'll see see if Leo can bring it back here the good old-fashioned way, I'd like to say it.
You got to put in some work, and has to be super cautious too. At 129, Brock looking a little fragile. Leo understanding that, still not hesitating to just go right in, but just gonna get yeeted right off the top. That's it. Sheesh. Okay,
yeah,
then.
Really good stuff from Myran. All right, so we actually have someone joining us. EE.
Wait, what was on my camera? What the hell was that?
PK so looking fresh out here. Look at that.
Yeah, okay, Pikmin, my Pikmin brethren. Oh, there it is. Oh,
got him. What's up?
Oh,
abort.
He's coming though. I'll tell you that much. He's coming.
On the way.
You know what month it is, people? CP time. Okay.
Oh my God.
Can I keep it real for the people at home? Can I keep it real? That's all I'm asking.
God damn it.
There, that's it. It's round time.
I wasn't. He just did it. Like I didn't get a countdown. Nothing. I heard y'all yelling and stuff. Like, what's going on over here? What's talking about some Arsene a second ago, so
we were just saying that Leo probably wished he had Arsene in that predicament he got caught in that game too, because Myran actually won it, and he has evened things up as we go into our third game.
I mean, this is looking good for Myran because I feel like, honestly, realistically, I haven't really been hearing too much from Myran lately. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he's he hasn't really been talked about as much as he was like maybe about a year ago.
Right.
He was definitely putting up some numbers near the. I could say I'd say near the beginning of 2019, he was definitely putting up some numbers and things like that. But since then, it's kind of been rough for him. So this is a nice little return to form for Myran. Hopefully, he's he keeps this type of pressure up as he's going up against Leo's Byleth.
And I mean, how do you feel about this matchup? I know you play Byleth as well, TK.
I don't like any matchups where people are way shorter than me.
No,
that's fair.
Yeah. So I mean, and Byleth has enough sweeping moves though. Like F tilt does hit well, up tilt hits well. But seeing that Byleth is such an aerial character, a lot of those times you're gonna be trying to line up these back airs and forward airs just like that. You will be getting a lot of sour spots, and that's uncommon for MkLeo to be messing up, like hits like that. We've seen this Marth. That man is always hitting tippers, but even so, right now when you're playing against a shorter character, man, it's just how small their hitbox is. Sometimes really be messing things up. I like that little mix off the ledge though.
Yeah, tried to go for a Trump up B, which actually would have killed there. That's the one thing about Byleth. I don't think Byleth's recovery is necessarily like amazing. It is like distance-wise good, but it's more so of the threat, right? Like where if you mess up with this drop zone edge guard, that's your life.
Right.
And I think that might be Myran. Does he have? Wow,
he's good.
That's Trump B. Oh, we got it.
That's those those creative decisions that you just love to see.
Yeah. So definitely the Byleth meta developing here. That's a very strong Trump option. That move is just the base knockback's really, really strong. And I like Leo right now just keeping Myran in spots where he can hit him. You know what I mean? Like threatening with the up air, not really like trying to set up too much horizontal position. Actually even getting the tipper fair there, which TK even pointed out earlier, is hard to get on these shorter characters, right? The tipper fair, the tipper bear.
Yeah, I mean, just hitting anything on shorter characters sometimes, unless you are a short character yourself, or if you're like a medium type character like Mario, you have a lot of drifting hitboxes that work on pretty much everyone. But with a spacing exact hitbox heavy character such as Byleth, it can be a little rough. Also, if you notice that he hasn't really been able to use much of his one projectile, which that projectile is not really one of the greatest projectiles anyway. But Pikmin are just they're always going to be blocking these arrows. Look at that right there, just. You always got a bodyguard for you when arrows come at you. And
you got 2 purple out right now. They're trying to get back. Bro, the creativity.
Don't ever down smash while you're ledge trapping me. That's disrespectful. I will take your life for that.
Make it into them highlight videos. You don't want to live your life like that, bro. You don't want to live your life like that. Myran had a really strong lead at the start of this, but Leo has climbed back in, and he is just dominating right now. I don't think he's been hitting like the last 15 seconds. Make it 20. And this match is easily getting away from Myran. My God.
Yeah, but I mean, we have seen some crazy rage. Makes it back.
What? I thought he was dead. Wow, that up B is far. Like, wow. Because you know how like Joker's up B, after you do it the first time, the second time it just doesn't feel like it has range. But Byleth's up B definitely not really looking like that, honestly.
Yeah, that was actually very far out. So, well, we got 78%. I mean, we do know some low percent combos here for what kind of hitbox was that? Like,
man's got set to the right though.
He almost followed that up too. That's almost like he was playing. But yo, look at that! Just like that, right back into the game. We got an even game between our competitors. Only but like 4% between them, and that was all the Myran added up in like the last. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He added up all within the last like 10 seconds, but it only takes 1 hit to go ahead and get you out of here.
Yep. At that point, his percent was already too high, so just that easy scoop up to secure the stock. Leo playing it right, so go at what 2-1 now. So very, very close contest. But Myran, look, no need to be discouraged. Myran fans in the chat, your boy is playing a really tight, tough game right now with one of the game's finest, no doubt about that. So I expect this game 4 to go down to the wire.
Get our game 4 slated. I don't know if I know that he has Joker, but like he really has been online playing like quite a few characters and bringing them all like.
Yeah, I've seen the Wolf, I've seen the Ike. Like, this guy's gotta be playing characters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just like most fans will just kind of autopilot think that because maybe they don't tune into his stream, like they only see him playing in tournament, right? So it's like you almost get this idea or assumption of like, oh, well, like Leo just plays Joker, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you dig a little deeper, you know, maybe watch some other tournaments or just kind of like this Wi-Fi era, Leo actually like Premier League goes Byleth in a lot of these Wi-Fi tournaments, you know? Just doesn't like the Joker too much on that Wi-Fi experience. But
You know what?
yeah,
I
it's
used
just
to.
really cool.
Yeah, I used to think, and maybe this is actually true. Like I used to think like the Byleth or other secondaries were like kind of like a means to, all right, well, it's online, so I don't want to give anybody wins against my Joker online, right? So I'll just use somebody else. But I think he's like legitimately taking a shine, especially the Byleth. Like that's what, kind of one of the things we discussed, gentlemen, is when offline events return. Like, will these kind of characters that have risen in the ranks of people's rosters, like, will these be more leaned upon? Because I mean, I'd like to see a tournament offline where Leo's just going all Byleth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be all right with that.
I mean, that Byleth
kind of stack up.
That Byleth was going a little crazy right before. You know what I'm saying? I
Right,
know
right,
there's
right.
a couple of times that he had he had already like he had already washed the opponent with his Joker, so he was like, you know, let me try this Byleth, and it was still a wash. But you know, we would like to see. I would like to just, as you said, see him lean very heavy on the Byleth instead of like waiting to see if he can pop off with his other character before he's like, you know, let me just mess around with this Byleth a little bit.
I like how you realized who's hosting the tournament, so you didn't say who it was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. Of course. No, of course. You know what I'm saying? It was just some dude that he was styling on. Anyway.
Good looks, DK. Good looks.
You know?
You're too good at this.
Keep the bag intact, man. Like,
you're too damn good at this.
Keep it at 100, man. Speaking of 100, looks like that's where Leo's percent is heading. My goodness, 96%. He has got to be careful. Myran, a modest 41. A little bit of a distance battle. I don't want to really get into that when it comes to Olimar just chucking those Pikmin at me.
Yeah. He's trying. I mean, he really is just trying to do like anything to keep this stock. But Myran, well, I feel like on this stage, wow at that DI. Like, oh man.
Wow. Where are you going?
I don't, what was he expecting? I guess maybe an up throw or something. Yeah, I was just, he got mixed on that one.
But yeah, Myran, I mean, Leo definitely known for the infamous Game 4 Leo, but Myran kind of putting that and shutting it down right now, has the lead here. Oh, we're getting the full charge. Definitely something you should never see hitting ever unless you get a shield break. Like TK said earlier, not one of the best projectiles. I would definitely say that that's probably one of the least DLC-ish moves, but he gets the kill with it. What?
All right, Robin Hood out here. I mean, he found the shot. There was no bodyguards right there. He already took them all out. That was a well-placed shot for sure. So yeah,
no support
as you said, yeah. I honestly ever only use the full charge as like, I don't know. It's like if I see a long air dodge coming through, then I'll use it then, and then even if you do shield it, I'll still done mad damage to your shield. But more often than not, I'm just not even gonna go for that. Oh.
Now, one thing I noticed is Leo is really beat Aaron out here. That definitely looks like one of the moves that really bring everything together for Byleth. Obviously, you have like the zoning or like the spacing fair and bare. You know, you got your standard down tilt poke, but the Nair just feels like, oh, if I want to get offensive, if I want to like get them off of me as well, it's kind of just like you're up close. And it also like combos too, the way that Leo's kind of like fast falling it down to get that earthquake hitbox and comboing it into the dash attack definitely seems very, very common. And like even there, just pressure and reset really just great uses of that Nair.
Yeah.
Is that game? It is. Damn, that's off a comeback too. Seriously.
Game for Leo. Don't you forget it.
Do not. Clutch time activated. Defeat from Myran on that one. But he put up a good fight. Like I said, I mean, the fact that it went down to the wire in all of those games, that's what you like to see. So you kind of take that as encouragement, even as you head down to the lose side of things. Like, no matter who you face, it ain't going to be an easy out.
Yeah, man. I didn't even notice that he was down.